Hello you, my name is Gabby and today I'm going to be leading you to a foundation yoga class. This class, it is beginner friendly and newbies friendly. You can expect us to move in a slow pace and you can also expect a lot of talking because my intention today is to give you more awareness, more understanding of certain postures of your body and to give you confidence to just feel safe taking classes out of your home and adventuring maybe next level classes. Let's get to it. We're gonna start with Utkatasana. So it's a seated leg position. You can have your legs crossed as I have mine, but if this is uncomfortable, feel free to have one leg in front of the other. You do you. And if you feel like you're rounding your lower back and your upper back too much here, you can sit on the top of a cushion, a pillow, or a bolster to give you more length. Once you find a seated position, we're gonna start by bringing your shoulders up, back, and down. Spreading the collarbones wide. Bring the back of your hands on the top of your lap, so palms are facing up. It's a sign of surrender. I invite you to close your eyes if you feel comfortable with that. Relax your jaw, your mouth, and a little space between your eyebrows. Allow your thoughts to come and go with each inhale and exhale. Don't invite them in, let them flow. As we start breathing here, try to connect with the natural length of your breath. No control, just awareness of it, your prana, your source of life. It is shallow, it is deep. How is your breath right now? And also, I invite you to connect with your surroundings. Feel the temperature of the room touching your skin, the sounds and the noises around you, and the smell in the air. Connecting with your environment through your senses as you allow all your surroundings to become part of you. When you are aware of something, there is no distraction anymore. It's just there, living in union with you. In your next inhale, feel your belly expanding, moving forward. And as you exhale, feel the belly, the stomach coming in. You don't need to force the belly in and out, but just sync your breath with the belly movement. Trying to get a bigger capacity of your lungs. Long spine, engaging your Mula Bandha. So to engage your Mula Bandha is your lock around your genitals. So think about a slight contraction of the muscles around your genitals. So you can really get rooted. Trying to bring the belly button up to your diaphragm. So you have a steady core. Even though you're in a sitting position, our body is engaged. We are aware of everything. And as you breathe here, as you get centered, here and now, I'm gonna chant the opening mantra. harmony and energy. May we don't compare ourselves with one another. May we don't compete with one another. This is a rough translation of the mantra. I say rough translation because it's on my own words, what it speaks to me, and I hope that speaks to you too. One of my favorite parts about this mantra is when Cal was to don't compare or don't compete with one another. Because it's just a reminder that as in life, also in yoga, there is no room for perfection. There is no such a thing as perfection. We are here practicing to have more awareness upon us, more awareness over our senses, and to feel good, to feel bliss, to feel peace, to feel in control of our lives. Even though we are all human beings here, we are unique, right? We can be quite different, not only about our personality, but also in our anatomy. Some of us gonna have longer arms or a small torso. So it is a reminder to don't compare. Our postures will not look exactly the same, and that's okay. Instead of forcing your body into a posture, into the asana, allow the asana to set into your body. The important thing is to have compassion towards yourself, your limitations, your body. Follow my cues and do your best. And that's the best you can do. And I'm gonna do my best from here too to guide you. And that's the best I can do as well. Before we get to the movements, I would like to ask you to add a Ujjayi breath. Ujjayi breath is a slight contraction in the back of your throat. Imagine you are fogging a mirror, but with your mouth closed. So, but the mouth closed. So it's this intention in the back of your throat, a slight contraction, not really strong, just to make a sound in your exhale. It's almost like an ocean sound. I'm gonna do it 2 times here. This sound should set your pace, it should guide you, it should calm your mind, always bring you back to your practice, back home, back to your prana. Have this in mind as you flow, inhaling and exhaling through the nose as much as possible, and trying to keep that Ujjayi breath. Enough talk. I invite you to blink your eyes open. Once again, roll your shoulders up, back and down, long spine, and your chin is slightly down towards your chest. Spread your arms by your side, fingertips touching the floor. Gaze at your nose or the floor in front of you. We're gonna keep your gaze exactly as it is for now. Inhale, rise up your arm over your head. One hand face the other, roll the shoulders away from the ear. Always bring this awareness of your shoulder. Exhale, palms down by your side. Once again like this. And if you can bring your hands to touch. Keep your gaze where it is. Inhale, raise up your arms over your head. Exhale, all the way down. Now the gaze is gonna follow your hand. Inhale, rise up your arms over your head, gaze at your thumbs or between your hands. Exhale, arms by your side, gaze come to your nose, you're drifting. Once again, inhale, rise up your arms over your head, gaze at your hands, pause here. As you exhale, we're gonna twist to the right hand goes behind you, left hand goes outside your thigh or your knee. Inhale for length to come tall in your spine. As you exhale, twist for your sternum, your upper back. Gaze over your right shoulder, or you can gaze to your right. Think about really squeezing, pressing your shoulder blades back. One other breath here, inhale. And exhale. As you inhale, keep your left hand as it is. Bring your right hand up, shoulder height. Exhale, bring your torso back to center. Your right hand is extended to the right. One big inhale here. As you exhale, right hand come over your head all the way to the left. Nice side stretch here. One inhale here, exhale. See if you can open your shoulders towards the ceiling, just a little. You can gaze up, you can gaze down, you can gaze forward. Find what is comfortable in your neck. One big inhale here, exhale. Try to go a little further. Keeping your sit bones on the floor. Nice side stretch. Once again, inhale. Exhale. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, release the twist and the hands by your side. Once again, inhale, rise up your arms over your head, gaze at your thumbs. As you exhale, twist to the left, left hand behind you, right hand outside your thigh. Inhale, I grow tall in my spine. Exhale, twist from your sternum, your chest, your upper back. Find your gaze. Inhale, ground into the sit bones. Exhale, squeeze your shoulder blades on the back. One big inhale here, exhale here. In the next inhale, left hand comes up, shoulder high. Exhale, come back to center, left hand to the left. Inhale here for length. Exhale, left hand over your head all the way to the right. One big inhale here, exhale, maybe you can open your shoulders a little towards the ceiling. Find your gaze. Inhale, exhale, imagine someone is pulling your left hand. Feel the side stretch. Inhale. Exhale. One last time. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, back to center. Exhale. Hands at your knee. Let's do 2 cat and cows here. So hands outside your knee, arms are straight, shoulders away from the ear. As you inhale, belly go forward, chest forward and up. Squeeze the shoulder blades in the back and look up. Exhale, round the spine. Straighten your arms, stretch on the shoulders, belly in, chin to chest. One more. Inhale, belly forward, chest pop open, look up. Exhale, rounding the spine, belly button to your back, chin to chest. Inhale, come to a neutral position. As we exhale, we're going to come straight to your tabletop. So on our tabletop, you want your knee aligned with your hips, knee as wide as your hips. You want to spread your hands wide on your mat, spread your fingers wide, and you want your shoulder on the top of your wrist. Really getting grounded and spreading your weight over your hands and your hips. Belly button is towards your back, so the core is always engaged. And we're gonna add now the movement. We're gonna always start the movement, or try to, from our tailbone, our sit bones. So I'm in a neutral position. As I inhale first, tailbone go up, belly goes down, chest forward, and I look between my eyebrows. As I exhale, I curl my tailbone in, belly button to the back, rounding the spine, chin to chest. Straighten the arms. Few more times like this. Inhale, tailbone up, belly down, chest is wide, gaze between your eyebrows. Exhale, round the spine, chin to chest, relax the neck. 3 more times like this. Inhale, tailbone up, belly down, chest forward, gaze up. Exhale, round the spine, chin to chest. Curl the tailbone in. One last time. Just do it. Inhale. Spread the collarbones wide. Exhale. Ujjayi breath. Inhale, come to a neutral position. Exhale here. Let's just do a little neck stretch really quick. So point your glutes to the right. So shift your glutes to the right. And then gaze at the right too and back. So gaze at your glutes. Inhale back to center. Exhale, shift your glutes to the left. and gaze at it. Once again, inhale, bum to the right, gaze at your sit bones, exhale. Inhale, center, exhale the other side. Inhale back to center, exhale here. From here, bring both of your hands maybe 2 inches forward, and then shift yourself forward. Tuck your belly button in, and you want to send your shoulders in the direction of your fingertips. This is your lower plank. Every time in yoga, when you are doing sun salutations, vinyasanas, you're gonna go through plank and chaturanga. It's like a kind of the yogi push-up. Feel free to always have your knees on the floor. Maybe the teachers will not mention it all the time, but you know you can do this. So inhaling here, everything stuck, your core, bracing the core. As you exhale, you're going to start to bend the elbows. Really slow, the elbow really close to your ribs. And you go all the way down. Your body touches the floor at the same time. Your belly and your chest. Hug your elbows in. Rest your forehead on the floor for now. Really straight your legs back, pointing the toes. Top of the feet on the floor. Your pubic bone is pressing on the floor. Your pelvis is pressing on the floor. Squeezing the shoulder blades. As you inhale, press your hands on the floor. Lift your head, your chest. Gaze slightly forward. Cobra. Exhale all the way down. This is your cobra. Part of your sun salutation. Let's do 3 more times. Inhale, pressing your hand on the floor. Lift the chest. The head. Squeeze the elbows in. Roll your shoulder blades back. Looking slightly down and forward. Exhale all the way down. 2 more, and you can come as high as you want. Pressing the tailbone on the floor. Not the tailbone, the pubic bone. Let's go. Squeeze your elbows. Inhale, lift the head, the chest, and the shoulders. Pressing your feet on the floor. Exhale all the way down. Your hands are underneath your shoulders, close to your rib cage. One last time. Inhale. Roll your shoulders up. Exhale. All the way down. Inhale, tuck your toes under. Press your hands on the floor, straighten your arms, coming to your knee. As you exhale, shift your glutes to the back and up, all the way towards the ceiling as you straighten your legs at the same time. As you come to Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. In your Adho Mukha Svanasana, your hands are spread wide on the floor. You are pressing your hands forward. So press your hands forward so your tailbone can go up and back. Feet is hip apart, and you can always have a micro bend in your knee and your heels up. It's all good. Always thinking about sending your hips high towards the sky, just like a V. Eventually, you can bring your heels to the floor. You can even close your stance if you need. Step a little forward. And yes, if you're comfortable with your heels on the floor, go for it. If not, micro bending the knee, tailbone up, pressing the hands forward. Let's pedal the feet a little. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Walking your dog. Maybe nodding your head no, looking to one side and the other. What are you saying no to today? No to anxiety. No to procrastination. And maybe you say yes with your head. What are you saying yes to? Yes to yoga. Yes to a healthier life. Then we're gonna find some stillness in your dog. Really pressing those hips up. Oh, and sometimes you have we usually really bring your shoulders close to your ear like I'm doing right now. I want you to slide your shoulders down to your back so you have a broad upper back. Think about it. One big inhale here. As you exhale, gaze forward and walk towards the front of your mat. Let's have the feet hip apart. Once you get there, really bend your knees and bring your belly, your chest to touch your knees. Uttanasana, forward fold.
Right hand to your left elbow, left hand to your right elbow. Make a little frame so your head can hang free here. Spreading the weight on your feet. Toes are wide. This is your forward bend, Uttanasana. Belly button in so you can fold deeper. Bring the lower abs in. Inhale. And exhale. One more. Inhale. And exhale, release your arms. This time, inhale, half lift. Come up half of the way. Bring your hands to your shin or to your knees. And we're going to have a long spine. So think about saying like your head the opposite way of your seat bones. As you put straight in a really long line. Belly button in. This is your Ardha Uttanasana, half lift. Another big inhale here, and then exhale, fold again, Uttanasana. Once again, inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, breathe here. Exhale here. This is part of your Sun Salutation. We went to the Cobra, we went to your push-up, your Chaturanga, and now Uttanasana and Ardha Uttanasana. Those are all movements from your Sun Salutation A. In your next exhale, fold again. One last time. Softening the knees. Eventually you can have your knees, your legs straight. In your next inhale, roll yourself all the way up, vertebra by vertebra, just like a flower growing up. Your head's the last part to come up. As you exhale, roll your shoulders away from the ear. Slide the shoulder blades down on your back. Arms by your side. Tadasana, mountain pose. In Tadasana, you can have your feet hip apart or you can have your big toes together. I like my big toes together. If you choose your big toes together, think about having a little space between your heels so the out edge of your feet is aligned with the out edge of your mat. Shoulders away from the ear. Your chin is slightly down. Your gaze is usually at your nose, if it's comfortable, or on the floor down in front of you. Your palms can be facing forward and open. And think about not having a big curve in your lower back, so not really sending your bums back. Think about a slightly tuck. Belly button to the back, pelvis to belly button. Everything is engaged. Every time you stand on your mat, I want you to bring this sense of devotion and respect. Respect towards yourself and respect toward the yoga lineage, you know? So you're never like practicing yoga and lazy, you know, and soft. No, you are engaged. Feel like that warrior vibe, you know? So have some respect towards yourself, at least when practicing yoga. So coming to Tadasana, gaze is slightly down, and we're gonna do 3 rounds of Sun Salutation. The first one we're gonna do is slower to make sure we got it. The second one we're gonna do fast. Inhale, rise up your arms over your head. Maybe the hands touch, gaze at your thumbs. As you exhale, fold forward, folding from your hips, over your legs. You can micro bend the knees. Exhale here. Inhale, half lift, Ardha Uttanasana, long spine. As you exhale, fold, bend your knees as much as you need so your hands are on the floor. As you inhale, step your right foot back, left foot back. Exhale here, so you can go slow. As you inhale, come to the tips of your toes. And if you want, you can bring your knees to the floor and release the top of your feet. We went to this. As you exhale, really brace the core, start to bend your elbows as you go all the way down. Inhale, Cobra, lift your chest, your head, squeeze your elbows. Exhale all the way down. In the same exhale, curl your toes under, press yourself up to your knee, then shift your glutes back and up to your downward facing dog. Adho Mukha is Svanasana. 3 breaths here. Inhale. Ujjayi breath. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale. Exhale. In the same inhale, inhaling, bring your gaze forward, step or walk to the front of the mat. You're still inhaling, so Ardha Uttanasana, half lift right away. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, rise up with power, hands over your head, gaze at your thumbs. Exhale, pray your hands to chest, Mudra Anjali, Samasthiti. Sun Salutation A. 2 more times, we're gonna do 1 breath, 1 movement. Practice gonna bring you there to make it more natural. Inhale, rise up your arms over your head. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, half lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhaling, go straight to your plank or lower plank and go all the way down. Inhale, Cobra. Exhale, down. And downward facing dog. 3 breaths. 1, 2, and 3. Relax your neck. Inhale and bring your gaze between your hands. Walk or hop to the front of the mat. Ardha Uttanasana, half lift. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, rise up with power. Exhale, pray your hands to chest. Samasthiti. Every time you rise up, you can soften your knees. So slight bend in your knees so you can rise tall all the way up. Last time. Inhale, rise up your arms over your head. Exhale, folding from your hips. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plank. And all the way down. Inhale, Cobra. Exhale, down. Curl the toes under, coming to your knee, hips up and back. Adho Mukha Svanasana. In your Adho Mukha Svanasana, you can start always with your gaze between your toes, your feet. Eventually gaze between your knees. And later on, gaze at your navel. The next is relax, shoulders away from the ear. Strong legs, strong hands, hands pressing forward. Now next inhale, bring your gaze between your hands, walk or hop to the front of the mat. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, half lift. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, rise up with power, hands over your head. Exhale, arms by your side, Samasthiti. Good. And for now, we were not practicing Sun Salutation B today, but we're gonna do the postures there are in the Sun Salutation B. When I upload my next class, we can practice Sun Salutation B because we won't have time for everything. So we're gonna start with Utkatasana, also called as chair pose. So Utkatasana is the same thinking about your mountain pose, about the feet. You can have your feet hip apart, you can have your big toes together. This depends on your anatomy, okay? There's not, oh, this is better, this is worse. No, it is all what fits your body better. I have my hips are not really large, so I'm really like small here, right? So for me, it works better, my toes together because of it. Okay, so find your stance, hip apart or big toes together. Remember to have a little space between your heels if you have your big toes together. Okay, shoulders away from the ear. Sorry, that was a hair in my mouth. And we're gonna tuck the pelvis in. You know, I see a lot of mistakes like this, and I used to do this mistake where I was thinking, oh, I'm sitting on a chair, so I would just like stand my seat bones all the way back and then sit. This curve, it's not good for you. It's not doing anything for you. Look, because you are a little like floppy. So we want everything engaged. So think about bringing your tailbone towards your belly button, so tuck it. Belly button towards the back. Inhale, chest comes up, shoulder away from the ear. Exhale here. Let's bring our hands in our waist, just to start. Now bring all your toes up, and then place one toe at a time on the floor. Getting rooted and getting grounded. feeling this connection with the floor. Pelvis are tucked, and then from here you're gonna bend the knees and think you're sitting in a chair, keeping that tailbone tucked. Now look at your toes. I need you to see your toes, and you can always think about bringing your shins slightly back, so it is kind of closer to your heels. You always want to see your toes. And this is your chair pose. From here, you're going to straight your arms, so your arms align with your ears, and you can keep your gaze forward and slightly down. If your feet is together, think about squeezing your knees together. And then maybe one day, you can have your arms up, hands together, you can gaze at your tongue. For now, here's good. And then with time, you can try to lower a little more, never sending your bum too high, okay? This is your Utkatasana chair pose. Let's do 1 and 2, and it's straight, because we're already sitting there. And we're gonna do one more time. Take 2 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. In your next inhale, pelvis in. Inhale, bend your knees, sit low, arms up. Utkatasana, can you see your toes? Inhale here. Exhale, fold forward. Bring your belly on the top of your thighs. Hands to the floor, and then start to straighten your legs to your version of straight. Uttanasana. Inhale, half lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold one more time, Uttanasana. Your hands don't need to touch the floor, it's okay. In your next inhale, softening the knees, micro bend, and come all the way up. Arms up. Exhale, arms by your side. So this was your chair pose, Utkatasana. From here, let's open your feet hip apart. If you're not there, you can even give a small jump. And we're gonna do our Utthita Trikonasana 1, our warrior 1. So first, let's shift the weight to your right foot. You can lift the knee, the left knee, and step your left foot back, or you can just slide the left foot back. Big step back. And you come to a high lunge. So feel like sitting here, we are in a kind of like a runner's track, so your feet is not like together with one another. So this is gonna give you more rotation for your hips. Now we're gonna drop the back heel in. The back foot is 45 degrees. Bring your left hand to your left hip and press the left hip forward. You want your square hips here, so both of your hip bones are facing forward. If this feel bad, you can open your foot, left foot, a little to the side. Eventually one day, by repetition, you're gonna be able to have your heels aligned. Maybe one day or maybe not, and that's okay. Again, it's about your body. So you want both of your hips facing forward, and you wanna glue the back foot on the floor. From here, also, bum is not sticking out. So you're gonna do a posterior tilt. Posterior tilt is tucking the tailbone in. Look. When you tuck the tailbone in, look at my front leg. Not much weight there, but I'm really pressing the back foot on the floor, getting a nice quads stretch. Once you did this, arms up. Utthita Trikonasana 1, warrior 1. I like to have my pink fingers slightly in. So I have like a broad back, and you can gaze forward. You are bending the front knee, posterior tilt, really pressing the front foot, and really pressing strong the out edge of your foot. Hips facing forward. Inhale here. Exhale here. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. In your next inhale, bring your prayer hands to chest and straighten the front leg. From here, we're gonna go to Parsvottanasana, also known as pyramid. I want you to think about keeping this hip tuck, the tailbone tuck. Bring both of your hands to your waist, broaden your chest, squeezing your shoulder blades in the back. One big inhale here. As you exhale, you're gonna fold on the top of your right leg. And we want a long spine here. So think about pressing your right hip back as your left foot comes slightly forward. Gaze at your big toe. Feeling that stretch, really pressing the front of the ball of your feet on the floor, sending your hip back and your head forward, long spine. Maybe one day eventually you're gonna fold on the top of this leg. You don't wanna lock the front knee, so you can have a micro bend in this knee. You don't want problems in your ligament. So micro bend in this knee, fold on the top of this leg. Long spine. Really pressing the back foot on the floor, pressing the ball of your front foot forward, trying to square the hips. Gaze at your toes. 1, 2, and 3. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, bend the front knee, step the front foot forward. Samasthiti, arms by your side. Inhale. And exhale. We're gonna do the other side. Pressing your left foot on the floor. Slide, step, big step the right foot back. Once you're ready, drop the back heel on the floor, so the back foot is 45 degrees. Right hand to come to your right waist and move it forward. Posterior tilt, tuck your tailbone, back leg is strong. Bend, front knees bending on the top of your left heel. Both arms up, shoulder away from the ear. Utkatasana 1, square hips. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring both of your hands to your chest, spread your hands. Inhale, straight the front leg. And look, you can also close your stance. Can feel better, okay? So if you want, you can bring that foot in a little. Rotate the right hip to the front, so square hip. Hands to your waist, one big inhale here. Bring your thighs up, so really engage the muscle from the front leg and the back leg. Pull that thigh muscle up, micro bending the knee, if you feel like it's better for your body. And you're gonna start to fold on the top of the leg, pressing the hips back, head forward, pressing the ball of your front feet forward. Inhale here, exhale here. One day, if you want, you can go all the way down, maybe hands to the floor. You want your thigh align, your chest close to your thighs, okay? This is about the fold, so maybe bring the chest to your thighs, not worry too much about your head. But for today, we're gonna just stay long here, long spine. Trying to square the hips. How do I square my hips? I press my left hip back, my right hip slightly forward, pressing the back foot. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, press to the feet, rise up your torso. Exhale, bend the front knee and step your right foot back. Samasthiti. Take a couple breaths here. So always remember when you are in your Utkatasana 1, if you feel you cannot really square your hips, open the back foot a little to the side. It is all good. For your pyramid, think about stepping the back foot slightly in, if that feels better for you. It depends about how long your legs are and how tall you are. The longer you are, the taller you are, bigger gonna be your stance for your warriors. Okay, this time you're gonna step your right foot back, then bring one foot parallel to the other. We're gonna do your Utkatasana 2. Tuck your tailbone slightly in, and you're gonna now point your right toe to the right side of your mat. Maybe it's your back side of your mat. You want your heel to heel align, or maybe your front heel to the arch of your back. We want the back toe slightly in, not quite in 45 degrees, but just slightly in, so you can have a better grip of the outside of your out edge of your back foot. Let's bend the front knee, and your knee is on the top of your heel, and maybe you can open it wider, or you can shorten your stance, whatever feels good for you. This is an external rotation, so your Utkatasana 1, it is internal rotation, it's a square hips. Here's the external rotation. You open the back thigh, and you open your front thigh, 2 to the front and 1 to the back, opposite. Tuck your tailbones in, open your arms, shoulders away from the ear, and sometimes people shift the torso forward. You don't want this. You want to stack your hip on the top of your ribs. Tucking the tailbone in, so again, not too much weight in the back knee. Putting a lot of weight in my back foot, pressing that foot on the floor. Shoulders away from the ear, gaze at your front hand. Warrior two, keep the rotation, opening the thighs, rotating your thighs back, you know, like this. Imagine your hands are pressing something. 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, straight your right leg, bring your toes in. Exhale, point now your left toe to the left, the front of the mat. One big inhale here, exhale, bend your left knee, tuck your tailbone in, pressing the back foot on the floor. Imagine your hands are pressing down, shoulders away from the ear, gaze over your left hand. 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, straight the right leg. Exhale, left toe in. Now we're gonna do your Utthita Trikonasana. It's a variation that comes usually after your Virabhadrasana 2. This is gonna be it for our standing postures. After that, we're gonna do another one, and we're gonna go to the floor. Again, point your right toe to the right, to the back of your mat. From your Utthita Trikonasana, just as your Parsvottanasana, you're gonna heel toe the back foot in a little. You don't want a really wide stance, so heel toe, just a little, heel aligned to heel. Thinking about your Janu Bandha, the bandhas in your knee. We don't hear much about it, but bring your thighs up, and if you need, micro bend in the back, in the front knee. You don't want to lock the knee and hurt yourself, okay? External rotation of your back hip. Both arms are open, left hand facing left, right hand facing forward, for the back of the mat. Bring your tailbone in, so posterior tilt always. Start to reach your right arm forward as you press your left hip back. So reach right arm forward, left hip back. When you cannot go any further, this is your limit, you're gonna lower your right hand and left arm straight to the ceiling. Thinking about open that left rib cage to up and back. So roll the left rib cage back, arms up. You don't want to put too much weight in the right hand, just a support. You squeeze your tailbone in and really press the back out edge of the foot so you can feel a nice stretch outside your hips and your left side body. And maybe you are here. That's perfect. Because I don't want you to bring your hand all the way down and be like this, rounding your left shoulder, you know? You want to have a broad chest here. So really squeezing your shoulder blades in the back, squeezing your glutes a little, pressing the back feet. If that's comfortable, you can look up and really straighten the left leg. 3, 2, and 1. Utthita Trikonasana. Inhale, press the feet, come up. Exhale, right toe in. Take a breath. Inhale and exhale. I know it's a lot of information, but you can take this class again, you can replay it, and you do you, like try to do the postures again. Now let's point the left foot. We had already closed the stance, so we don't need to do it again. And I'm gonna do a different technique now. One thing that I like to do is get my back arm and put in my imaginary pocket. Imagine you have a pocket, you're wearing jeans, and you put it here. If this is uncomfortable in your knee, just your hand in your waist. Why? So you can press your right shoulder back, so you already have the broad chest here. You squeeze your shoulder blades together. The back toe is slightly in, not too much. Gazing at your front hand, micro bend in the front knee, so think about pressing the balls of your front foot forward. You start to reach your left arm forward and press your right hip back. Once you can't go anymore, lower your hand and your arm up. Roll the right rib cage back and press the back foot. Press the back foot. Posterior tilt even here, squeezing the shoulder, squeezing the glutes in. Not squeezing, but just tucking the tailbone. Reaching the right arm all the way up and high. 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, come all the way back. Exhale, bring your left toe in, one foot parallel to the other. This is gonna be our last posture here. So, Prasarita Padottanasana, wide leg forward bend, also known as that. So for here, you're gonna have a wide stance, as wide as is comfortable for you. Again, bring your toes a tiny bit in, just like your warrior two, it's just a little, so give you more balance. Also here, you don't wanna point your hips back. I used to do that all the time, not too long ago, where I would just go like this. But this is no good. You wanna keep your tailbone in, posterior tilt, and you are folding, you are bending through this little space between your thighs and your hips. So thinking, always when you are forward bending, think about bending from here. Okay, wide leg, toes slightly in, posterior tilt, hands to your waist. Inhale here, exhale, just fold. You can have your hands in your waist. If you can reach the floor, you can bring your hands to the floor. If your hands are on the floor, you want your fingertips aligned with your toes. If you have blocks, you can have blocks under your hand. So here we do a half lift, shifting your weight slightly to your toes, to the ball of your feet, pressing the out edge of your feet on the floor, and we fold here. When you fold, imagine first that you want to bring your forehead to the floor, and then once you reach your limit, relax your head. And squeeze the shoulder blades in. If your hands are on the floor, use your hands to help you to lower more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, press your hands on the floor. If they're on the floor, half lift. Exhale, hands to your waist. Inhale, ride the breath and the body all the way up. Exhale here. From here, point your left toe to the front of the mat. Step your right foot forward. Inhale, rise up your arm over your head. Exhale, fold from your hips over your legs. Uttanasana. Exhale here. Inhale, Adha Uttanasana. Exhale, step your right foot back, straight to your downward facing dog. Right foot back, left foot back, Adha Mukha Svanasana. Last time, we're gonna hold 5 breaths here. Hips up and high. This is gonna be our inversion. And 4, relax the neck. Broad upper back. 3, belly button in. Gaze at your navel. 2, pressing your hands forward. And 1. Take one big inhale. Bring your gaze between your hands, but just bring both of your knees to the floor. From here, turn both of your legs to the right side, and then sit. Bring your sit bones to touch the floor, and straight your legs in front of you. Dandasana. Step. Dandasana is step pose. So in Dandasana, you want a long spine. You are kind of rolling forward in your sit bones. Again, not rounding, you are not here. If you are here, you can sit on a cushion or in a block. So lengthening the spine, pressing your heels on the floor, your thighs on the floor. Bring your lower abs slightly in, tucking everything, and then you're gonna bring your hands by the side of your hips. Maybe you can, if it doesn't feel comfortable, you can have blocks under your head. Maybe they're gonna feel better. So roll your shoulders away from the ear, broad your chest, opening your collarbones, pressing your hands on the floor, belly button in, chin to chest. Gaze at your nose or your toes. Engage your core. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. From here, we're gonna first go to the floor, and then we're gonna do Parsvottanasana to finish up as a counter pose. Let's just go everyone to the floor. Lower your back to the floor. We're gonna do a back bend. We're gonna do a bridge pose. We're not doing anything advanced, nothing like too crazy today, but you can get those more advanced postures soon in my next videos. So we're gonna have your knees about hip apart. If you were going to a full wheel, I would say to open a little wider, but for now, feet hip apart, your knees are facing up, your whole back is broad and touching the mat, and you're gonna bring both of your hands to your side, back of your head is on the floor. For all the back bends, there is a little secret with your pelvis and your belly. So again, I want you to think about bringing your tailbone to your belly button. So your bum button gonna come is slightly off, but then you're gonna be protecting your back and your lower back as well. Tips of the fingers on the floor. If you can, see if you can touch your heels. So maybe bring your heels slightly in. Belly button to pelvis to belly button, tailbone to belly button. As you inhale, press your feet on the floor and start to bring your hips all the way up. Keeping that strong core. Imagine that you have a block inside your inner thighs. So you're rotating your inner thighs slightly in so your knees are not collapsing to the side. Slightly squeeze your shoulder, your glutes. You don't need to squeeze too much because your core is already helping. And press your heels on the floor. So this movement comes from your thighs. Your thighs are pressing your hip up and helping you to lift. We want a long neck here. So as your chest comes towards your face, I want you to gaze back so you get a long neck. Maybe even a gap under your neck. You can stay here, or you can roll your shoulders in, tuck your shoulders in, and you can interlace your fingers underneath. If this is too much, come down. If not, we're going to stay here for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come all the way down. This is your bridge pose. And this tuck in your pelvis is protection for your back and lower back. Every back bend you do, you'll be the same mentality. I will bring more of this to future classes. From here, you're going to straighten your legs. Now we're going to go to Parsvottanasana. We're going to use some strength. Straighten your arms over your head. Interlace all your fingers except for your index finger. Point your toes. Bring again your belly button, your tailbone to your belly button to tuck everything. Inhale here, exhale. In your next inhale, you're going to come all the way up. Inhale up. Exhale here, release the arms. Now we're going to do a Parsvottanasana, just release the back bend. Parsvottanasana. I like to have my feet together. If that's uncomfortable, you can have hip apart. But try to have your legs together. Open your sit bones so you get really grounded. And again, we are folding from this bending, folding from this little space between your legs and your hips. If folding with a straight leg is not doable, you can have your knees bent. Bring your thigh, your chest, and your belly glued to your thighs. Chest glued to your thighs. Think about rolling forward in your tailbones. So as you roll forward, it's kind of like you are rolling forward in your tailbones and really expanding your hips back as well. So you're long here. First, you're gonna bring your knees really close to your thighs. See if you can grab your feet. Keeping this connection. Inhale here, then an exhale. Slowly start to walk your feet forward and find where you're going to stay, what works for you. So maybe you are here, maybe you can go all the way down. And if you are going all the way down, I want you to think about using your hands, if you're grabbing your hands, to help with this fold. So sending your chest forward and really rolling forward in your seat bones. And pressing also your hips a little back so you're long here. Long neck, long spine. And we breathe here. Relax your head. Lower belly comes in. The most you bring your lower belly in, further you can go. Relax your head. 2 more. And 2. Inhale, half lift. Lift the chest, the gaze at your toes. Then exhale, release. Before we go to the floor again, to finish up the practice, I want to go through another way for you to do this fold. Sometimes we feel like we are collapsing, our lower back's rounding, it doesn't feel good. Again, a cushion, a pillow, a bolster underneath your sit bones will help. Other thing I like to do is bringing my fingertips behind me. Roll your shoulders away from the ear. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. So press your feet on the floor so you can lift the spine. Belly button, lower abs come in. Your lower abs in. Look, only when I do this, you're already like my body's folding. It helps with the fold. So bring your lower belly in. Press your hand on the floor and you start to fold over your leg. Rolling over your sit bones. Then you can grab your feet or maybe just rest your hand on the floor. And always trying to roll your sit bones forward. Okay, from here, I just wanted to give you another tip from this. Let's actually do one twist before we go to the floor. We're gonna bend your right knee and bring your right knee, your foot doesn't need to be connecting with your thighs. You want a little space here. So it is aligned with your sit bones, with your right bum bum. Bring both of your hands to your knee. Inhale, press that foot on the floor, lengthen the spine. First, with your left hand, just hug your right knee and bring your right hand behind you. Nice twist. The twist happens from your chest. I forgot the word. But anyway, twist here. If this is easy, then you can bring your right elbow, your right forearm outside your right knee. Inhale for length. Exhale, press the hand on the floor as you look back. Really sending your right shoulder blade back and you look back. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. One more. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, gaze at the center. Exhale, back to center. Now we're gonna bend the left knee. Again, align with the left sit bone. That right knee, right leg, I forgot to say, always engage. Always like flexing that foot that is extend. So we have that leg engaged. Cross your fingers, bring outside your left knee. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Grow tall in your sit bones. Exhale, right arm, hug your left thigh. Left arm behind you. One big inhale here. Exhale, twist from your third turn. This word is so hard for me. You can stay here, or you can bring your right elbow, right forearm outside your left leg. And you can gaze over your left shoulder, or you can keep your gaze to the side. And 3, pressing the right leg on the floor. 2, and 1. One big inhale here. Exhale, gaze forward. Release the twist. Straight the leg. Bring both of your feet on the floor. Bend the knee. Scoop your hips forward. And then lay down on the floor. We're gonna do just a twist. I'm gonna go to another twist. I'm gonna go to Shavasana, or corpus pose. Both feet are pressing the floor. Inhale, lift your hip up. Again, now just like send your hips, swing your hips to the right, place it on the floor, exhale. Both hands on the floor on your side. Press your hands on the floor. Inhale, bring your thigh, your knees to your chest. Then exhale with control. Start to drop those legs to the left side with control. You can extend the right arm to the side. You can gaze at your right hand, or you can keep your gaze at the ceiling. Maybe your arm and your shoulders are not touching the floor today, and that's okay. Don't worry too much about it. Just feel this twist, this benefit. If this arm feels really uncomfortable because it's like maybe your arm is up here, you can just like bring your forearm to the floor, bend your elbow, rest your right hand in your ribs, whatever feels better. 1, 2, and 3. This was about 5 because I was talking. So bring your gaze at the ceiling. Bring both of your hands on the floor to give you support. Brace your core. Inhale, roll both of your legs back to center. Exhale, release both of your feet on the floor. Bring your core back to center, your sit bones, and we're gonna do again. Inhale, pressing the feet on the floor. Lift your hips up. Exhale, swing your hips to the left and place on the floor. Inhale, squeeze your thighs towards your chest. Then exhale with control, both thighs come to the right side. Easy twist. You can straighten your arms, or you can cactus the arms like I'm doing here, because I don't have much space on the other side. Gaze at your left or gaze at the ceiling. Okay, in your next inhale, bring your gaze at the ceiling. Exhale here. Both hands on the floor. As you inhale, bring your leg back to center. Foot on the floor. Align your hips. And you're going to come to our final pose, Shavasana. I'm going to give you alternative for Shavasana too, but for now, straight your legs and your arms by your side. We're going to do one last contraction in all muscles of your body before release to Shavasana. So as you inhale, think about bringing your leg muscles to the bone. So we squeeze your muscles together. Flex your feet. See if you can lift your legs a little. We squeeze everything. Inhale, exhale, one other inhale, and drop. Exhale. Now we're going to squeeze your gluteus. Squeeze your gluteus. Upper back, lower back come out of the floor. Squeeze, squeeze, just an inch out of the floor. Exhale, release everything on the floor. Now both of your hands. Do a fist with your hands. Start to really bring like your muscles to bone. You squeeze everything, squeeze everything. Bring your arms up, squeeze, and exhale, drop. Now we're gonna do upper back and shoulders. So take one big inhale here. Exhale in your next inhale. Contract your shoulders, your shoulder blades together. Maybe you lift the chest a little. Now lift your neck. Bring your chin to your chest. Squeeze everything. Squeeze everything. Exhale, release. Open the shoulder blades again. Broad on the floor. Now the face. As you inhale, really like wrinkle your forehead. Squeeze your eyes, your mouth. Everything, squeeze everything, your whole face. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Exhale, release. Release everything as you arrive in Shavasana. I know maybe you wanna just turn off the video and go with your life, but try to stay here a little, at least 3 minutes. Softening the eyes, the jaw, and the little space between your eyebrow. Let go of any control. All the control you have during your practice today, you're gonna let go. Let go of the control of the breath, control of the body, control of the thoughts. Let everything be still. Release. Release everything. As I arrive in Shavasana, I let go. I let go of control. I am here. I am now. I am the soil underneath me, the walls around me. I am the sky outside and the trees outside. I am everything. Yet, I am nothing. I am a spectrum of light, a spectrum of life shining in this life. I am here. I am present. I am now. I am everything, yet I am nothing. Shavasana.
slowly start to bring your awareness back to your body, back to the room you are in. Maybe with a big inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth to release. Maybe you can start to move the tips of your fingers, the tips of your toes. Maybe you can move your neck to one side and then the other. In your next inhale, I invite you to straighten your arms over your head and give that nice yum stretch as you do when you're waking up. Send the energy from the tips of your fingers to the tips of your toes. Big stretch, so good. Bend both of your knees, feet on the floor. One big inhale here. As you exhale, turn your whole body to the right side. Coming to the right side of your body. You can rest your head on the top of your right arm. Your left hand touches the floor in front of your chest. And just take a second here in the fetus position. Feel your heart beating. Feel your breath flowing. Feel yourself. How do you feel? Can you notice any difference from the beginning of the practice to this moment right now? Usually after a yoga flow, when you come to this posture, we have that sense of peace, of bliss, of lightness. This feeling, it is always there for you. To have this feeling of bliss, of lightness, all you need to do is to be aware, to be present, to be now, to have control of your senses, instead of have your senses controlling you. And when you achieve this state of mind and spirit, it is when you are able to connect with your inner self, with your soul, your intuition. I believe that we were all born with like a little diary, a little book inside of us, with all the secrets for this life, with our goals, our purpose, what to do and how to be, how to present ourselves here. But to feel, to connect with our intuition, we need to be aware. Life is so busy and we are all the time running to one side and the other, work, kids to take care of, to-do list, Instagram, social media, film, movies, series, wars. It is so much everywhere. We get so distracted. We get so distracted and so busy with everything else that we forget about ourselves. We forget about us, our soul, our spirit. So every time you feel lost, you feel anxious, you feel you cannot find the answers. You don't know what to do and where to go. Try to take control of your senses. Find a quiet and peace corner. Practice yoga, meditation, pranayama, asanas. You have the tools to get this connection with your intuition. Anytime you need it, you know how to get there. Using your left hand, press your left hand on the floor. Start to straighten your left arm. Keep your head down so you can come to a seated position. Eventually your right hand touches the floor. Walk your hands towards your body. Cross your legs in Utkatasana. Open your sit bones. Straighten your arms over your thighs, palms facing up. Bring your index and your thumb together. Roll your shoulders away from your ear. Belly button to your diaphragm. Lock your bandhas. Chin to chest. Slightly in. Take a breath here. Soften the eyes And I invite you to chant the Om together with me. Let's do one cleanse breath, and the second one we chant the Om. Inhale through the nose to cleanse. Exhale to the mouth. Inhale for Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bring your prayer hands to your chest. Bow your head down, a sign of devotion towards yourself. A sign of gratitude towards those that protect you, that guide you, that brought you here today. And we close the practice right now, right here. Dhanyavad. Thank you so much for taking this class with me. I hope you enjoy it. If you like it, let me know. If you like, give a like, leave a comment. And this was a foundation class. Hopefully I will do more of this. If you guys want more foundation classes, let me know. Otherwise, you can also expect some vinyasa flow, some intermediate classes coming soon. Thank you.